इस वीडियो को हिंदी भाषा में देखने के लिए सेटिंग्स में जाकर हिंदी ऑडियो चुनें। Namaskar and welcome to Simplify Your Space. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to share my weekend routine with you. I usually keep my Saturdays a bit free because that's the day my video goes live, and I also need time to reply to your comments and post on social media. After a busy weekly schedule, I try to take out some time for myself on Saturdays and keep things relaxed. Sundays, however, are a little different. While the day is still somewhat relaxed, I use it to take care of tasks that are specifically meant for weekends. I try to keep Sundays efficient and productive so that the upcoming week becomes easier and more manageable. As you might already know, I have been attending stitching classes these days, so it's even more important for me now to finish as many household chores as I can on Sunday. But that does not mean I jump straight into work first thing in the morning. Today I woke up at ease and even skip my morning walk. My husband doesn't always get weekends off, so he had to go to work today. It's around 12:30 in the afternoon, lunch is getting ready, and I will continue finishing up the household chores alongside. The weather in Bengaluru has been really pleasant these days. There is a lovely cool breeze most of the time, along with light showers now and then. It's been so nice that we don't even need to use the fan anymore. Yesterday I placed all my indoor plants out in the balcony so they could get some fresh air and sunlight. Today I will be bringing them back inside. I usually do this once or twice a week to make sure they get enough light and ventilation. Once a month I also give them liquid fertilizer to help with their growth. If you're a beginner and want to keep plants at home, there's one important thing to remember. Even low maintenance plants need regular care. It's important to give them enough light, water them on time, fertilize them occasionally, and do some pruning now and then. If you don't care for them properly, they will start to wither, and that can be quite demotivating when it comes to buying new plants. I have already made a dedicated video on how to properly maintain indoor plants. If you would like to check it out, the link is in the description box. While doing household chores, I often play music, listen to a podcast, or put on a book summary. If I find a summary interesting, I end up buying the full book so I can read it in detail later. This is how I try to make monotonous household tasks a bit more enjoyable. Sundays are also when I change the linens, like cushion covers, bed sheets, and so on. Since I usually do the laundry on Sundays too, all the bed linen will also get washed today. As I have mentioned in many of my previous videos, I wash clothes twice a week, once over the weekend and once during the weekdays. So far today, I have already done 2 loads of laundry. My parents-in-law were visiting recently, but they have now returned to their hometown, so I need to dust the guest bedroom and change all the linens in there. I will be washing the dohas, bedsheet and mattress cover today. We often don't realize it, but mattresses also collect a lot of dust over time, so it's important to vacuum them regularly. I use a special mattress vacuum cleaner with UV sterilization, which helps disinfect mattresses and upholstery. But you can also clean your mattress with a regular vacuum cleaner. If your mattress smells a bit, just sprinkle some baking soda on it, leave it for about 30 minutes and then vacuum it thoroughly. It works great for deodorizing. I always keep a spare mattress cover so that on the day I wash the current one, I have a backup ready to use. Many of you ask in the comments where I buy my fitted bed sheets from. You can easily find them on Amazon. These days, a lot of brands offer fitted sheets. I will leave some links for you in the description box. Just make sure to check the size carefully as fitted sheets come in different measurements. If you order the wrong size, they won't fit your mattress properly. So please double check before placing an order. The room feels nice and clean now. I'm putting all the bed linens into the wash. Also, as you can see, the detergent bottle is empty, so I will refill it now. Isn't it funny how we start doing one task and then spot another one that needs attention? Suddenly our focus shifts and we end up doing that too. That's just how it is with housework. It never really ends. I guess that's what homemaking is all about. Anyway, recently many apartment complexes have started implementing a new rule. You can't keep anything like shoe racks, bicycles or other items in the corridor since it's considered a common area. We used to have a small shoe rack outside too, but now we have shifted it indoors next to the wash basin. I couldn't really find any other suitable spot for it. That said, we don't use this shoe rack much. Our main shoe rack is built into the foyer area near the entrance. Household work never really ends, so it's important to take small breaks in between to avoid getting too exhausted or overwhelmed. The bed linens are now washed and I'm going to put them in the tumble dryer. Many of you often ask me why I have two washing machines. Actually, the second one is not washing machine, it's a dryer that completely dries the clothes. Bengaluru's weather is quite unpredictable. It can start raining anytime and clothes take a long time to dry here. Since I usually wash 4 to 5 loads of laundry in one day, I can't hang all of them in the balcony to dry. That's why this tumble dryer has been really helpful for me. The clothes keep getting washed and dried at the same time. When the sun is out or when I have delicate clothes that can't be tumble dried, I dry them out in the balcony. All the laundry I started this morning is now washed, dried and even folded. I will now place everything back into the respective closets. This laundry routine works really well for me, but for many people doing one laundry every day is more manageable. So it really depends on your family size and personal preferences. If you're working and don't get much time for housework, I think doing laundry twice a week is a good option. But at the end of the day, everything depends on the resources available. You need to have a large enough balcony to dry your clothes, or if you can invest in it, I would highly recommend getting a tumble dryer. It can make your laundry routine much easier. Clothes come out 100% dry and even warm. And if you fold them right away, many of them don't even need ironing. Now I just need to change the bedsheet in this room and that will complete my cleaning and laundry routine for the day. On the days I change the sheets, the bedroom feels so fresh and inviting. It almost feels too nice to mess up. After doing so much work, I definitely deserve a little break. I'm going to make myself a mango shake and sit down for a bit to enjoy the weather along with my drink. Usually a hot cup of tea or coffee feels perfect in this kind of weather, but I've recently stopped having both. I only have tea occasionally if I'm really craving it or feeling sleepy. Otherwise, I've cut it out completely. I will relax for a little while and then get back to my task. These days, I'm rereading the book The Courage to be Disliked. I have read it once before, but I feel it's the kind of book that needs to be read again to fully understand and apply its ideas. Here are some key takeaways from the book. Your future depends on your choices, not on incidents from your past life. Though I don't completely agree with this. Most of our problems come from interpersonal relationships. We often feel unhappy when we compare ourselves with others or seek their approval and validation. Separation of tasks. We should focus only on our own responsibilities and not interfere in others' tasks. Fourth and important point is true freedom lies in the courage to be disliked. When you live truthfully and authentically, not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Lastly, change is always possible. You can choose to change yourself at any time. Change does not depend on your personality or your past. It depends on your decision. I guess I have done enough coffee and philosophy talk for now. But if you get a chance to read this book, The Courage to be Disliked, I would really recommend it. It's evening now and I've already changed into my clothes for a walk. But before I step out, I want to finish up some kitchen work. I have to do a bit of meal prep and start making dinner as well. Today in lunch we had kala chana and there is still some left. For dinner I am also making aloo perwal sabzi and rice. I had about 2 liters of extra milk today, so I thought of using it to make khoa the way my mother-in-law prepares it. First, I poured the milk into a pan and set it on the stove to boil. While that's heating, I'm also going to prep a basic tomato onion gravy that I like to keep frozen for quick meals. In another pan, I've added some oil and onions to saute. I am preparing this without ginger and garlic. Whenever a recipe really needs them, I just add them separately. While the onions are cooking, I've started prepping the perwal sabzi on the third burner. First, I lightly fry the potatoes and perwal separately in a bit of oil and set them aside. The onions are now well sauteed, so I am adding tomatoes and a bit of salt. I usually add about 1.5 times the amount of tomatoes compared to onions. I will cover the pan and let it cook. Meanwhile, both the potatoes and perwal are done frying. The onion tomato gravy is also ready, so I have set it aside to cool. The milk was taking a while to reduce in the smaller pan, so I have transferred it into a larger kadai. In this, the milk will thicken much faster and more evenly. Alongside all this, I am also getting the sabzi ready. I have added a bit of oil in a pan and added in some cumin seeds. Next, I am adding sliced onions and 1 green chili. Once the onions turn translucent, I will add ginger garlic paste. By the way, I usually make ginger garlic paste cubes and keep them stored in the freezer. It's super convenient. Now I am adding some turmeric and coriander powder along with a splash of water. Let this cook for a bit before adding the tomatoes. I also add a bit of salt and cover it to let the tomatoes soften. At the same time, I'm keeping an eye on the milk. I can't leave it unattended or it will stick to the bottom and burn. You have to keep stirring it frequently to help it reduce and thicken properly. The tomatoes have softened nicely, so I'm adding the fried potatoes and purple to the pan. I will mix everything well, cover it and let it cook until the veggies become tender. At this stage, I add some sugar. This version tastes best with sugar, but if you prefer, you can also use jaggery. After a point, bubbles will start to appear. Just 5 more minutes of stirring and it will thicken nicely. And here you go, the khoa is ready. This is how it looks while hot, but once it cools, it will thicken even more. The sabzi is nearly done too. I am adding some amchur and a little garam masala, then letting it simmer for another 5 minutes. Now I am going to put on the rice to cook. I always add a spoonful of ghee to the rice. It helps keep the rice fluffy and separate. The sabzi is also fully done. Now I will quickly grind this onion tomato mixture to prepare the gravy. I will pour the first batch into an ice cube tray and place it in the freezer. Once the cubes are set, I will transfer them to a box and store it back in the freezer. This frozen paste easily lasts for 2 to 3 months. The second batch I will store in a clean glass jar and keep it in the fridge. It stays good for about 5 to 6 days. The khoa has also cooled down completely. I am transferring it to a glass container. It easily stays good for about a week at room temperature, though in hot weather it's better to refrigerate it. My son was thrilled to see his favorite sweet. Kitchen work is finally done and so is my Sunday. Now I will just have dinner and then head out for my evening walk. From tomorrow it's back to the usual busy weekly routine and the countdown to the next weekend begins again. So that's it for today's video. This was my weekend routine. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to Simplify Your Space for more such content. I'll see you all next week. Until then, happy homemaking from Simplify Your Space. Bye bye.